What's up, everybody? We're back at the ParBar.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Mr. Rich D. Joining me, as always, Mr. Vince T.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Favorite family member, Uncle No-No.
Half a day.
And the doctor himself, Dr. Twisted.
What it do?
Without a PhD. I just realized that. We call him Dr.
You got no credentials.
No credentials at all.
You don't know what I have.
It's like Doctor. It's like
I
Dr.
took some
Pepper.
correspondence courses, all right?
But you are listening to Island Block Radio, powered by Dash. And we're back. It's Tomorrow Week here in San Diego, California.
Tomorrow
I
week.
feel like, bro.
You guys like tomorrow week. Yeah.
Tomorrow week?
Tomorrow week.
Tomorrow.
Like a little whistle.
Tomorrow.
in the beginning.
Like you're going tomorrow.
Ta ta ta.
Like a cha-cha-cha.
Ta yeah. Ta ta.
It's gonna be a very top episode.
We also have the guest today, Mr. Dominic Blas, who just happened to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Kind of joined the bar, but that's what the bar is for.
I just said, hey, I'm gonna be on the show today.
And I was like, you know what? You know jiu-jitsu, so I can't really tell you no.
I'm still a blue belt. It doesn't. I don't know.
I don't have an A belt. I have a belt from Ross. That's it.
You have the leather belt.
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes that hurts more.
That's for spanking. Anyway, yeah, we're back here. It is Tomorrow Week. We have Tomorrow Cultural Festival this Saturday in San Marcos, California. That's from 9 to 6, actually.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's when it actually closes the whole grounds. 6 o'clock. But
Yeah, you gotta be out of there.
you'll have vendors there, food, entertainment. We have people coming in from Guam. Uncle Frank Rabone, the master of Turmoil dance. You have the beer garden.
Yes.
Woo.
You have workshops.
You guys,
ParBar.
you guys should rename it the Par Garden,
Ooh, the ParBar
Hey,
garden.
Yeah,
wow,
dude.
bro.
right?
Dude,
I have
we're-
good ideas sometimes, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna
And he
put up
doesn't
palm
even drink
trees.
No, that's where the ideas come from because I don't drink.
I
That's
don't know, man.
Yeah.
We've had some really good ideas.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, maybe it's just me. It's just me. It's just the way I do.
But man, what are you guys looking forward to? Well, should we do the catch up? I guess the catch ups are really quick. We had practice all week,
Nice.
and then we did karaoke last night at the house, and
Yeah, this shit went crazy.
went crazy.
Dude, I'm
You
glad
guys
I
look
didn't
like you
come
had
up.
fun.
Shit.
You had to come up.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Bro, I had to
Yeah.
be up at 2, man. I don't know what.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You would have made it. You just wouldn't have slept at all.
No, I'd have
Yeah.
gone straight to work.
Yeah.
I would have been jacked up at work.
Yeah. We were singing last night. It was a good time. Man, I had a hangover. If you're watching this live, which you might be, I'm looking how I feel, which is like shit.
Oh, wow.
You look like shit.
Yeah. But this messed up is people are like, man, look at you. You look like mad. Look at your hair. I'm like, dude, this is my natural hair. This is how it actually is.
It's
like,
true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I could be sober for like a year. It's still going to grow like this. It doesn't change.
For those of you out there who are really wondering, just check out our Instagram page. We will have a picture of Rich D with his natural hair.
Yeah. Got a big afro.
Slash
And then
mugshot.
and then you should do like a split screen or split photo of it, like back when we were like young.
High school,
Yeah, I've got
When-
that.
where you roll rough and tough off your Afro puff.
The one with the sweatband and the shades.
No, the
Oh.
Maori headband.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in Hawaii, yeah, that was a good one. My Jimi Hendrix. Looks good. Anyway, but yeah, we did that. We went to, I watched the softball game here actually today,
Oh, nice.
which is cool. It has a nice field down here in Santee and in California, which I've never seen before, but it's an awesome field. Man, people get serious about their softball, son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's serious. This dude had a broken toe, and I was out there with a broken toe. He broke it at the game, still played the whole thing.
Damn.
That's hardcore, bro.
I know. I would have been like, nah, man, I got to go to the doctor, dude. I got a broken
He's
toe.
like, I'm
son."
done,
Dude,
bro.
I've done it with a broken finger on my throwing hand too.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, broken finger day before. The night after, I had a softball game and couldn't miss it. And I was batting with my finger up, throwing my finger up. And
Was
Man,
it
I'll
your
tell you-
pinky?
yes, it was.
So it was like you're throwing fancy.
Yeah, I was throwing
Yeah.
real fancy.
His curveball was like this.
Shoots.
Why keep saying shock every time he throws the ball?
He doesn't look Hawaiian.
But yeah, man, it was actually a cool weekend. We got a lot done. So, but yeah, that was it. That's all we did. Yeah, it was cool.
Man, actually, the highlight of my week was actually getting to watch your boys, Rich.
Oh, T-ball
for
game?
the T-ball game. That was my first one watching them. Man, it's a lot of fun out there.
Dude, it's fun.
Just to see the kids learn and all that, and then it wouldn't be us if we didn't make fun of the coaches.
Right.
So we might have hurt some feelings out there, but toughen up, guys.
You hurt my damn feelings.
Shit. shit. Me, I had a doctor's appointment, man, and
Oh yeah.
had to go and check that out. And doctor looked at me and was like, "Man, you're a big muscular guy, and this, and that." You know, yeah. He said, "Dude, I got muscles, bro."
Damn. Where's that?
So I'm like-
Underneath it all.
I'm
Underneath it
like,
all.
"Oh yeah, damn, yeah, that makes me feel good." You know what I mean? And he has a. I did a blood test maybe like 2 weeks ago, right? So I go in there. He's like, "You're a muscle guy. You know what I mean? You look good. You remind me of the, one of the defensive end players for the Rams." And I was like, "Oh, hype."
Dang.
You know what I
Must
mean? I
have
was like,
been a
"Hell
short-ass
yeah, I look
defensive end.
good." You know what I mean?
He's like hyping you up before you get to the bad news.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you up
And then,
so I
and
can
then
let you
he's-
down.
He's like, putting me or typing in some stuff on the computer, and then he says, "Hey, has anybody ever told you that you're borderline diabetic?" And I look at him. I was like, "Doc, you just told me, you know what I mean? I was cool, you know what I mean? What's wrong with you now? Can we go back to your NFL player and shit like that, you know?"
He meant
And
like a
I-
retired one. He's been retired for like 40 years.
Yeah,
Like I didn't
man.
realize you were only 4'8".
So,
Damn.
fucking dick.
Perfect barbecue height, son.
You don't have to tippy toe to get it. You know what I mean? You're just right there at the grill. But man, yeah, I was like, "Shit," and then he was like, "Yeah, you're fat." You fucking asshole. But
Dang.
but no, he's a really good
I
doctor.
just can't imagine. I can't imagine like how that doctor goes, "Man, how do I break this to him?" I mean,
Well,
No,
let me-
dude,
let me
it was
build 'em up.
fast. It was fast how he broke it down to me. "Oh man, you look good. Oh no, you're fat."
It's like,
He's like, "Yeah, psych your mind."
Yeah,
Mullet.
that guy from the Rams. That guy from the Rams I told you you look like. Yeah, he's fat too.
Yeah, so he says I gotta do like a Mediterranean diet and eat a lot of fish and no more, candies late at night. I was like, "Man, what about the drawer filled up next to my bed?" I had to
Can't
empty
waste
that shit.
all the
Can't
loose
waste that
snacks.
shit. Yeah, so but I've been on a diet. I've been on a diet since Lent, so I just have to keep that up, man. I guess throughout my whole life.
Bro,
Hey.
real quick. So I was talking to Noel that day, and I asked him, "So how'd your doctor's appointment go?" His speaker on his phone sucks.
Right.
So he's talking to me, and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I've been on a diet since Lent," and he was saying Lent, but it sounded like lunch, and I'm like, looking at the time, I go, "Motherfucker,
It's
lunch
still
is right
lunch.
now."
Yeah, and I was like, "Man, what the fuck, man? Fuck you too." You know what I mean? I hate everybody today. I hate you and the doctor.
I mean, we asked about your your week. I just not sure I would have brought that to this bar because
Definitely not this one.
yeah, I mean we're a support group in the worst kind of way.
For the non-support group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of love you in a messed up way.
Oh man, that's good stuff, man. But yeah, and that's actually something within our culture itself. We have issues with like diabetes and health
Right.
issues. You know what I mean? It's the food that we cook. I mean,
Yeah.
as good as it is, I love it.
It's bad for you too.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like it's
bad
a
for you.
built-in predisposition to heart disease and diabetes.
Right.
Oh yeah, man. I was like, okay, I cut out sodas, candy bars. I cut out rice, red meats. Actually, I cut out all meats now. I was sticking to fish and chicken, and then Rich was like, last night he was like, "Well, you can't have chicken either." And I looked at him and I was like,
No, you can. I'm just saying when I did it,
I'm
I
like,
just went.
"Shit."
I went through fish. Only.
No, but I'm good, man. I got a good plug. You know what I mean, right now, and he's hooking me up with fish and crabs, so I'm
Nice.
straight.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man. Good luck with that.
We're really rooting for you.
To be honest,
No.
is now we got to record it, so you'll actually like see
The progress.
See
Yeah,
the
the
progress.
progress.
Yeah,
accountable.
so when you guys see me around, okay, I'm not smoking crack, okay? Because I'm gonna lose this fucking weight, man. I got too
I
many
mean,
kids.
Just
Hell
like
yeah.
just like mixing like the alcohol and soda and stuff, it's major, bro.
Oh hell
It's
yeah!
good. You're gonna drop quick for sure.
I hope so. Shit, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah.
Goal is to drop before you drop.
Yeah.
You have
I'm
to
gonna
get ready to
drop
drop
one day,
so you can
but-
drop.
Yeah.
How about you, Twisted?
Same old. That's the same thing, man. Practice, getting ready for CCF, and just been clowning Noel all week long, man. We've been kind of going back and forth about stuff, but that's it. That's it, man. The week's been kind of dead, so. But I do kind of wish I did come up here last night, man, because when you were hitting everybody up about coming up
Oh, yeah.
karaoke and stuff, I was like, man, I was on the fence. I was on the fence, and then I was looking at the time. I was like, nah, there's no fucking way I could do this, dude.
Yeah.
No way without calling in sick. Right?
Yeah.
So I was like,
I kind of
nah.
wish I didn't have a gig last night.
I know
'Cause you guys look like you guys
you
look
guys
like
were
you were
having
having
fun,
fun, man.
Dude, it was. I mean, we like karaoke
Yeah.
in general. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
like singing, but yeah, it was fun, man. Because the thing is, it's like a makeshift karaoke. All it is the PA, the little PA system we had, the 2 mics.
It
And
was
then-
fucking crazy because I was like, Rich, how you can do karaoke machine? You got a karaoke machine? And he was like, no, I got it. I was like, what do you have? You got Magic Mike or something like that? You know, I'm looking for a brand or like, tell me what you got. And he's like, I got it.
What the hell?
Put
So,
on the
yeah.
karaoke channel.
No, I just, well, what we do is I go on YouTube and just look up the karaoke songs you want to listen to. I use it from my phone and stream it to the, connect it to the.
You just sing, yeah.
Yeah, and then.
Oh, and then it has
I-
captions, right? And you guys
Yeah.
follow the caption. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just pick your songs, and then I just blend the sound with my surround sound system with the PA, so it goes in, meshes well, and that's it.
Nothing was mentioned well.
Huh?
That shit was not mentioned well.
Oh, it was perfect.
That's fine.
You had to be here, bro.
Yeah.
It was all good.
No, I was saying that because I was reading all the comments. Everybody was like, man, did the cat get killed outside the house? They're like making fun of you guys. What the hell is that noise?
It was great.
They call animal
No,
control.
yeah. Nobody called animal control.
Oh man, you know what?
But yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah,
it was
fun.
great.
You wait till you're in there. You're gonna be like, you know what?
Just
that is
wait
actually-
until 2 weeks from now when
Yeah.
we're doing. You know, as a matter of fact, we might do it at an after party at CCF.
No, I'll be honest. I mean, this morning I'm at work and I'm watching the video. I'm like, man, I was hating on you guys. I was like, God, man, why did I have to work today?
Mark's like, man, I wish I was singing Boys to Men right now.
Yeah.
That's
You
my
know,
jam right there.
You
too.
know, he was singing it.
You know what's
What,
funny too
man?
is I was walking. The first thing I do happens. I walk into practice and all the dancers are singing "Boys to Men" back to me, and I was like, "Oh, you bastards! I watched that shit last night." Whatever though. You know what? It was all in good fun. You had a gig yesterday in Venice.
Yeah. Well, I played with my boy Rico from the band Ease Up on Wednesday, and he's like, "Hey, what do you got going on this weekend?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Well, I'm playing in Venice on Saturday night." And he's like, "You're welcome to come jam with me." And I'm like, "You know what? I'll check with my wife, make sure we don't have any commitments or whatever." But it's been a long time since I jammed with him.
Really cool guy.
Yeah,
dope.
Rico's like probably like one of my best friends in music, or that I've made through music.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's when
So-
you were living in L.A.
Yeah, yeah. Well, now when I was living in LA, he was, because we had played a gig with them when we were still in the band. We played a gig with them at Winston's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they opened up for us, and then I made the connection with him when I went up to LA, and that was like 2010. We've been playing ever since together.
Damn.
So
Speaking of 2010, that's also when our Tribal Theory song dropped, the love song.
oh
I just saw the memory of that, man. That song's awesome.
yeah, we should record it. No, for real.
We should record it.
Like
But I don't know.
Full.
In this day and age, I feel like it'd offend a lot of people.
So what?
so what?
We definitely got to
That's
release
definitely why we're gonna redo it. No, but you know what? Let's jump to some music real quick.
Yep.
Talk about Turmoil week here in San Diego. We have a big, a lot of things planned out for this week. We have workshops, training for our dancers. Like I said, the master Uncle Frank Rabone's coming out here to
Right.
San Diego with a couple of his musicians and
Got the Weavers. The Weavers. coming out.
yes, from Washington. They should be coming down as well.
Yep.
But yeah, let's jump into this music real quick. Vince gonna take us in there. So yeah, get back and shoot.
Shoot.
Real quick, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I just would like to introduce the band real quick from the village of Mololo, Mr. Sean Mulford. Give a round of applause for him, everybody. Also on bass, my bro. We grew up together. On bass, Mr. Vince Namaulik from the village of Asteo, Saipan. Viva Marianas! Viva Guam!
Hasinati utungu Takwiniti ningot put hagu Zatu watsaka hawu tangin Undingu Lohuli hau gipangi matomu Zabatsa Zuhumaski Pabe Usangan Loti Ungin Selugu Napuna Puti Tunay Pogu Nagbago Gagagi Magwagi Gipionmu Pues Apu Magigapagogu Zabisangan Yon Istoryagu Sahagu Zahu Pues Apu Magigapagogu Zabisangan Yon Istoryagu Sahagu Zahu I see Nati Nongi Nakura Sunuku Makati I put Agu I know Hagu Itelu I'm a Gogit na Asu Na put Agu to Nainetni Namapatu Na una Plarugi Zagwagu Na Magagit Nati Zamu Zapina Huna Zakina Ono Nation Pues Apu Magigapagogu Zabisangan Yon Istoryagu Sahagu Zahu Pues Apu Magigapagogu Zabisangan Yon Istoryagu Sahagu Zahu Pues Apu Magigapagogu Zabisangan Yon Istoryagu Sahagu Zahu And lay your head upon my shoulders And put your worries in my pocket Let your love shine through Pues Apu Magigapagogu Zabisangan Yon Istoryagu Sahagu Zahu
All right, question, man, question. You guys are really, really hungry.
Yep.
You want some good island barbecue. Best spot in town.
Uncle Noel's house.
When we're invited.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
But
Very
if you
good
can't,
answer.
Guam Grill.
Guam Grill,
Guam
right?
Grill,
Guam
for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm with that.
Hands down, man. Guys,
Hands down.
if you guys come to San Diego, we've got 3 locations for Guam Grill. One up in Oceanside, up in North County, San Diego. One down in Point Loma. And the newest location, which we've been there, we did our live deal from there a few weeks ago, is in Imperial Beach.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tell you what, that food, bomb. Bomb.
Yeah.
The Guam bomb
The
fries.
Guam bomb is
Guam
bomb.
bomb, baby.
Sir. So yeah, come on, check those guys out if you're ever in town.
Yep.
Guam Grill.
Cool. They're also going to be the sponsors for the beer garden with Novo Brazil.
Yep.
And ourselves. If you want to join us at the
Yeah.
beer garden, we'll be up there sponsoring music and drinks and music
And laughter.
yeah. So
And
it's gonna be a good
jokes,
time.
Good jokes.
Let me ask you guys, Dom, what's one of the things you look forward to when you go to the Turmoil Festival here in San Diego or San Marcos?
One of the things?
One.
Man, there's. I mean, obviously the dancing.
Dancing?
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be like my first year not performing or being a part of anything.
Yeah,
which is weird to me. It's weird to me. It's just
Appreciate that.
sorry,
Thanks, guys.
but I mean,
That's messed up, Rich. Put him on air, bro.
it's all man.
It's cool.
You
No,
know-
I mean, me and Dom talked about this. It's more of just time for yourself, man, to really get things
Oh,
done
yeah.
that you need to personally do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we
'Cause
need.
I mean, it's time consuming, bro.
It is.
It's really time consuming.
Dancing is very time consuming, and also, you know what? It's time that we don't. For those who've been doing it forever, it's time that we get people in there. Also, other people to get in there and help, and not use each other as crutches. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like last year, I think it was last year where PIFA, where none of the boys we didn't dance, and the reason why I didn't want to dance was because, or I didn't want any of my older boys, my friends to dance, was because I wanted Javen to lead, and I wanted him to feel comfortable with the boys he had.
Right.
I didn't want him to use us as a crutch. And so, but yeah, continue. Sorry.
Oh yes, the dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, like you're excited to just be a spectator?
Yeah. Like I was a spectator for PIFA, which is nice, but I mean, there's just too much stuff going on there. Like it's gonna be nice to be a spectator at CCF where it's smaller. The seating is better too, the viewing angles, and I know you guys put on a good show. You guys use the whole amphitheater when you guys
Yeah.
do stuff,
Try to, yeah.
but that's always something I look forward to.
Yeah. How about you, Vince T? Well, you're not even gonna be there. You're gonna be there for a brief period, and you gotta head out, huh?
Yep.
What are you going? Wedding?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Well, what do you look forward to?
I mean, outside of all the cultural aspects, last year, man, I had a great time just meeting new people, people that never really heard of us or whatnot, and they ended up like hanging out, and I think they ended up hanging out with you guys,
Yeah.
afterwards, right?
Mhm.
People from out of town, I think that's what kind of brings me joy,
Yeah.
just like kind of showing love to people, and then them showing love back and making sure they have a good time and see what everything is about.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the hospitality part I
Mhm.
really enjoy. So I think it would be that, like just kind of going out, mingling, and just getting to know new people.
Which is weird because you're not really that talkative guy as far as like meeting random people, but it's cool that
No,
the
like,
Tomorrow
but,
Festival brings that out of you.
I mean, if they're right there, like in
Yeah.
front of me, and they're just kind of hanging out and not really saying much, then
Right.
I don't know, something will come out, and I'll go talk to them
Right.
for some reason. Just
Well,
like, hey,
last
what's
year,
your
who was
name?
the guys from Bakersfield?
Yeah, I think it was Bakersfield.
Bakersfield or something like that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
Bakersfield.
'cause they
They're
were
from up
cool,
north.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool guys. And the sister or lady that was with them,
Oh,
they were
I didn't see
dancing,
her.
doing the cha-cha and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and they actually started the whole dance floor up there because they just got up and started cha-ching
Yeah.
when I think Two Lovers Point was up there.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
So
too
that
bad you
kinda-
didn't have Uncle Nono out there doing the Talaza cha-cha.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That or
man.
the bush cutter.
But yeah, those things where they kind of set a vibe for the whole thing, and
Right.
we kind of rode off that for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It turned out great.
I agree. That was fun.
Yeah, so we're hoping for another one like that.
Uncle Nono, man, you're actually going as kind of like a spectator too.
Yeah, man.
So,
first year.
You're not working it. You're not a dude. First year,
Nothing.
right?
Yeah, first year.
Dang.
Out of maybe what's it like 7 years? 5 or 7 years.
7 years
now.
been there.
Yeah.
You guys aren't doing even the shave ice?
We're
anymore?
not doing shave ice this year, man. Yeah. But yeah. Now I get to check out all the booths and stuff like that. I get to like the arts and crafts and Uncle Mario's booth. I always want to check that out during when he's doing his speeches and stuff like that on the Sackman,
Yeah.
which is really cool. But I'm still gonna be involved with ParBar, of course. Be up there getting drunk and then going out, to the other booths talking crap to people. I think. But what I really like about it, man, I love to see my people together, man. It's a
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
event to see my people,
Mhm.
So I enjoy that the most.
I think, and I think I kind of agree with you on that. Like, I do love PIFA. Don't get me wrong. PIFA is definitely one of the best events
like,
to go to.
it's ultimate.
But it's everybody, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like, I like the Turmoil Festival because it's our our people hanging out with each other.
Right.
And then there's other people there to support the
Yes, of
Samoan
course.
community, the Hawaiian community, everybody else is there. But it's really focused just on your particular one. And then I
Right.
also like the was it the Holalea in April?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Or
this.
May.
Yeah, this year. I'm sorry, is May 4th.
Yeah. So
So-
that one's also awesome because it just focuses on the Hawaiian,
Right.
and then it's smaller, but it's awesome. And then they used to have Sister City, but I don't know if that one still
Oh,
goes on
yeah.
anymore.
I don't know.
What about Flag Day? Do they still do Flag Day?
Oh yeah, I think they still do Flag Day. I don't know, to be honest. That would be have to ask like our brother Joseph or something. But yeah, man. I dig it. I dig all the smaller festivals just like that because I like seeing those communities come together and like sharing their personal culture
Right.
with everybody. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but just remember, when I'm out there, though, I'm gonna stop by everybody's booth, so I'm expecting free food. Or
As long as
salad.
it's, as long as it's
Salad.
fish.
Even if it's a clothing booth, you expect food.
Nice shirt. You got food?
You got Messiah Tatitas?
Hey, dude, I know you have snacks,
That's
bro.
that's Uncle Nono's taxation right there.
I'm
Hey,
taxing
hey,
everybody.
you know what it is. You know what it is.
I'm gonna look at your shirt and I want chest out.
Yeah, give it up.
This is for your protection.
Don't worry, I know all the security here.
Man, I want to do a little quick shout out to everybody following us on live on Facebook from Maryland and Herman, Brianna, Tyler Mesa said no more rice.
That was for
Auntie
you, Nono.
Marcy, Vasa in Arizona, Vince and Kendu.
Hey, half a day.
Man, what about you, Mark? What you look forward to?
Man, it used to be the shave ice, but my favorite vendor is no longer there.
Is that a sore subject, man?
Damn, dude.
No.
Yeah, let's talk about it. No, I was kidding.
No, you know the deal with Uncle Mario. I actually was over at his house on Monday, and went to go drop some stuff off to him, and I just started asking him some questions about sailing. And man, he gave me a whole lesson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he gave me a whole lesson on wind speed and everything, and he has his little model.
Yes.
And he laid that out, and he showed me the angles and the speed and everything. And I was sitting there listening. I was like, God dang, like I got a whole lesson from him. That was pretty cool. So I'm thinking, if that's just a taste of what he does at CCF when he's putting on his workshop.
Yeah.
Man, if there's anybody out there that's interested in sailing or learning that stuff and learning the navigation, go see Uncle Mario's booth.
Yeah.
That guy's a book of knowledge when it comes to that.
So if for those who are tuned in, and also want to send a shout out to Robin, first time tuning in, appreciate it.
Oh,
From
half a
Florida.
day.
Right.
Florida, man, that's a
Florida in the heat sick.
Hey, man.
Half a day, bro.
But yeah, so the Sackman, if you guys don't know, is the Sackman out here in California, Uncle Mario Borja, he had put together this big vessel. It's a I don't want to say it's a ship, but
Canoe.
it's a canoe,
Yeah.
right? And so there's different types of canoes that the Chamorro people had.
Right.
The Sackman, the Galidi. What's the other one? Bartender?
There's like several in between, but the Galidi is the smallest and the Sackman is the largest.
Okay.
There goes the voice.
There goes the voice.
That's our radio voice from the park.
The quiet storm.
The Quiet Storm 92.5. So yeah,
I want to say.
damn it, we can't do this again. We did this last week. We cannot do this again. All right. Anyway, so yeah, there's a bunch of different vessels that the Chamorro people had. And Uncle Mario does a workshop at CCF and explains the building of it, where it came from, the history behind it, where they found it. And so it's awesome knowledge. I would hope that they could go live so people from like Florida or Maryland can like see that stuff. But I don't know if he has a video online to see all that. But something maybe we could look into doing one
Maybe
day.
you guys could produce
Definitely.
the video for him.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
The thing about it now is that he's not going to have the Sackman there anymore. Because
Oh, really?
Yeah, we left it in Guam.
Yes. So the vessel now is in Guam.
Yeah, when he went down for FestPack, he left it there. But he has the smaller models that he's going to have
Yes.
on display.
Yeah.
And the cool thing, there's going to be some fun stuff for the kids that he was working on when we were over there Monday. So
Oh wait, is he doing the 10 canoes?
no, he might be. I won't say no to that. But he's got the little Galidi that he had in his front yard,
Yeah.
and he's putting the seat in it with the wheels and everything, and a handle on the back.
Nice.
Yeah, so the kids could get in and get pushed
Photo
around.
op.
Yeah, photo op, get pushed around. I think he's planning on having Jahi be the mule.
He's the Carabao.
Yeah, he's a Carabao. But other than that, what I'm looking forward to, man, honestly, is our performance, seeing the group from Washington, and of course the after party, man. That after party that we have that's always the thing to look forward to, man.
Yeah.
Number one. So
At the after party at the hotel?
yes.
Have you been to any of them?
Like that real after parties?
The one that we do at the hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, the one when you host it, like, yeah.
Okay, I I don't really remember.
You wouldn't.
Who does?
You wouldn't.
Well, last year I know you wouldn't, but we were in the lobby. And Dom was over.
Oh,
there
I went to
jamming.
bed early, dude.
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
burnt, dude. I was so tired.
That's when Austin came walking in.
Yeah.
Jason J.
Yeah,
He just
man.
blew Drew's mind away when he
Yeah.
started singing.
Yeah.
He like, no, mic dropped, turned around, walked away. All right, bitches.
I'm out.
So yeah, for me, I think I have the same premise with Uncle Nono. I like seeing the Turmoil people together as a whole because
Right.
people from out of town are here. People you
Yes.
don't normally
Right.
see.
Yep.
And so I like watching people from like Bakersfield and Washington and Florida. They travel from all over the world.
Yeah.
Hey, that couple that we're talking about before they traveled down from up north,
Redwood.
back east.
Oh. The ones that drove here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they come every year now.
Yeah, I don't remember where they were exactly.
We got to try to find them.
Yeah.
See if we can get them on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes.
But there's a lot of stuff to see. The vendors are cool. I like seeing, and everything's pretty much Tomorrow ran.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for the most part.
Shaved ice.
There, there's a couple booths that aren't, but it doesn't matter. At least for us, it doesn't matter.
They're still supporting the community
Yes,
by
exactly.
renting space.
Right, and so, but yeah, it's cool. I like seeing all the new vendors and some of the watches last year.
Oh yeah.
Was it
Classico?
Yeah.
Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Seuss and his whole thing.
So yeah, I mean, and then other things are just the workshops because through the week. So what happens is, for those who don't know, through the week, like Wednesday to Friday, Alt Master of Turmoil Dance, Frank Rabone is here in San Marcos, and he does workshops with all the dance groups, helping us with new information of new material they might have come up back on Guam. They also do just a little history lesson for those who are new that we don't really. I mean, we should be teaching that as well, which we try to, but sometimes we forget about things because we're all caught up in our
show.
Yeah, in the show and just our busy lives. And so there's a lot of information that happens in that time, and I like watching all the kids indulge themselves in that.
Right.
Nice.
So that's also cool. And then yeah, of course, like you said, the beer garden's awesome. Yeah, it was just a good event, man.
So-
and then the musicians.
Yeah.
There is a
Yeah.
lot of music, and then I think our boy Shabi's putting a band together this year.
Yeah.
For it.
No, he is.
So, yeah, it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be one of the best points.
Who else is going to be playing there?
Not sure. I'm not sure who else. I'm not sure. I'm sure Felix Sablan probably will jump on there. Two Lovers Point will be jamming out there.
Sons of Mariana?
It's not the Sons of Marianas. I don't think it's something else that he's putting together. But it's some of the musicians from the Sons of Marianas.
Gotcha.
So yeah, man. And if you heard the break music, that was Sean Wooford Taisekui. He was on there, and he won't be here this year. I'm kind of bummed out because that's like my personal favorite musician.
What, Vince?
Nothing. I just like to hear Rich talk about my family and
There
give
you
us
go.
praise.
There
you know
we
what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah, I like Austin. Austin.
Yeah, Austin.
That's Austin Power. That boy got the voice.
That guy's
dude.
voice, dude. He's got power.
Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why they call him Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Oh, you said he got
Austin Power.
Yeah.
He has
See,
the Austin Power.
But yeah, man. So if you're gonna be here, stop by the beer garden. Let us know. Stop by and talk with us. Sit down, have a beer.
Yeah, say hi.
Yeah, we actually have one of the board members here.
Or come by and flip us off or something.
Yeah, so we're gonna take another hit some music real quick again.
Yep, gotcha.
Come back. I do want to talk a little bit on this topic of that we've been seeing on Facebook, and it's like I swear, things like a mosquito just won't go away, man. Won't. But Turmoil dancing. People's opinions about it, and something we might possibly do, but we're kind of like on the fence about if we're gonna do it because we don't know how it's gonna turn out.
No, I think it'll be good. It's a good subject.
You give me a couple more of these, I'm just
Might be
gonna
a
go
bar
for
fight,
it.
son.
All right, hit some music.
Alright, at this point, I'll take you to the island of Guam. Take you all the way down south to the village of Malesu. Who's from Malesu in the house? Alright,
It's dedicated to Dr. Jeff, that came cool.
let's go, party.
Love y'all.
All right, we're back. This segment is sponsored by ChetLouSD.org. The ones putting on the Turmoil Cultural Festival. What? No, because you said Chet. I was like, oh, all right. Anyway, this segment is brought to you by ChetLouSD.org. The ones putting on the Turmoil Cultural Festival here in San Marcos. We have a bunch of groups coming down this weekend. Who will be vendors. You have food booths, you have cultural booths, you have workshops, you have entertainment, you have a beer garden, and you have the ParBar.
Yes. Of course,
Yeah.
the ParBar.
Those guys are all right.
Them guys rock.
Whatever, dude. That's how come you're here now. Huh?
No, that's what I'm saying. Those guys are all right, dude.
Yeah, fucked up, but all right.
These guys are pretty Terry, dude.
Yeah.
Terry
like grapes.
Terry like grapes.
Dude, that's the best one I ever heard, for real.
Dude, and if you hear that from anybody, I'm the one who started it, okay? Cherry like grapes.
What else? Put that out there.
Solid
Yeah,
like water.
That's me.
Solid like water.
Yes. Solid like water. Blood is thicker than salad.
What? Okay, don't put any of that on the shirt.
Yeah. Oh, mama, daddy, kitsi soccer you. I invented those.
Anyway,
right.
but yeah, man. So we wanted to talk. I wanted to bring this topic up with you guys. I'm not sure we really talked too much about it off air, but I think we've kind of briefed over it.
Yeah.
So on Facebook, if you're following Fanatsu Podcast out on Guam, they did an episode of all the Fafanaguis out there. For those who don't know, Fafanaguis are your teachers of like Chamorro arts. Doesn't just include dance. It's music, language, history,
Carving.
everything. It's a lot.
Right.
You know, like in each Guma back on Guam has like a specialty that they focus on. I don't think they announced that, but that's kind of what you realize when you're there. But on Facebook, you know, you always have these people who post up a picture of like a Turmoil dancing in the ancient costume. Ancient costume meaning like the indigenous costume, like a Saudi, or for those who don't know, like a material in the front, in the back, and then like some corn husk or raffia, whatever they might be wearing. And a lot of people always post like comments, "Oh, look at this! This is embarrassing to our people. This isn't our customs. This isn't our dancing. It didn't, you know, our ancestors didn't do this." And you know, and then you have like 128 comments of like people's just opinions and whatever. There's a few out there that that are constantly on this movement of, I'm not sure what's the word you're looking for, like trying
Trolling.
Well, it is trolling, but like almost also to degrade, or maybe not degrade, but lower the value of Chamorro
Or
dancing.
invalidate it.
Yeah, exactly. There it is. What's the word again?
Invalidate.
Yes. So, and I get it. You know what I mean? As an instructor out here in San Diego with my wife, I understand what they're saying.
Yeah, you can understand what they're saying, but at the same time, are those people putting the same amount of effort to keep their culture alive and,
Right.
and teach their culture?
Right. And I think
That's what I want to know.
Right. And I think that was one of the big things on that video was they were like, near the end, they're like, if anybody thinks, if you're not going to do it, who is going to do it?
Right.
If you have a better way of doing it, you should do it. Not sit on your computer and maybe you are. Maybe there are a few people out there who are doing it.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like we would see them in the community. You know what I mean? You would see them out there, and
You would
see it.
recognize their name.
Yeah.
Well, they would put it out there too, what they're doing.
Right. So they
not
get more
hiding it.
people,
Exactly.
right? But how do you guys feel about that? We'll round table this, and we only got a few more, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. But I want to go briefly. What do you think about, Dom? What do you think about Chamorro dancing, and what do you think? Do you think it's a beneficial thing for our people, or do you think it's hurting our people?
I think it's a good thing. I know that it's not like the style that is being perpetuated right now is not authentic or whatever, but it wasn't supposed to be. It never was supposed to be. It's just it was an interpretation of what might have been, or what was lost.
Yeah.
And I think it's really good for the culture, because like otherwise, where are these kids are gonna learn the other values from? Like the major thing that I see is these kids are being more involved with their community when otherwise they wouldn't be.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're spending time with the Manumku and volunteering at the Guam Club or whatever, and just getting involved, even in just the bigger community that, like, for Orencha, the bigger community of San Diego, and just perpetuating that idea that these kids are doing something right and they're learning their language, they're learning the customs aside from dance. You know what I mean? And I think that's the bigger thing. That's the bigger picture.
Right. And I've said that before. I even tell my dancers that I was like, dancing is actually the smallest part of this group. You guys don't see that because you guys are involved in the dancing right now, but it's really the smallest part of the group. It's really about community and sharing. For me, sharing the language, because I don't speak Chamorro, but I definitely now understand it a lot more than I used to. Like, I can hear a conversation, I can
Pick up what they're talking about.
pick out what they're talking about. Where before I could never do that. But that's only because of how many songs I've learned through Chamorro. Like, I can sing them. Don't necessarily mean I know word for word what it is.
Right.
But I can pick out what the certain words that I remember, and then the conversation will happen around me, and I'll pick it up.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So, well, you, Vince T. I mean, you're not involved in the dancing aspect of it,
Right.
but from an outsider, like, kind of not dancing, what do you think? Beneficial, either here or there?
From what I've seen, at least from around you guys in different dance groups, to me, as long as it brings value to the next generation, and if they're able to take something away and learn from it, I don't see how it could be negative.
Right.
That's just
Well,
that's-
I think, okay, well, let me just play devil's advocate with you for a little bit. Because their point is that if you're showing them something that isn't authentic, then you're hurting them in the sense that maybe you're teaching them a lie to be the truth. Right? Am I saying that? That
Yeah,
right?
Oh, okay.
that makes sense.
To me, in today's culture, nothing is really truly authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess in the aspects of our history, it's
Right.
It's hard
Everything
to be
has
like
always been changed because even back
progression.
then, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, to me, it's all about value. What people are teaching.
Yeah.
As long as it's nothing crazy. I mean, I don't know. I'm not involved in the
Not like a
dance.
cult.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't want to say that, but yeah, man.
All right, guys, we're all gonna head behind the house, and we're all wearing black today.
Kool-Aid.
Having a water balloon fight.
Put these Nikes on. Let's drink some Kool-Aid.
I couldn't afford the Nikes. I have the Adidas.
Not invited. Get out of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my stand.
See you guys at Heaven's Gate.
Oh my god.
No.
Me, dance. I think it's more of an attraction to get the younger generation involved. I mean, like, they can. It wouldn't be like sitting down in a class. You know what I mean? To learn the language, to where you're just kept still and like you have to learn this. Compared to like singing, because Uncle Frank had told us, man, if you can sing the song, you can also speak it.
Right.
Which it really makes a difference, and yeah, just getting the younger generation's attention and stuff like that. I think it's a way to go, like, what other way to do it,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
and it just makes it more funner, that word funner, it makes it funner for the kid.
All right.
Uncle Mark.
Hey, Uncle Mark.
That's how the chungi na.
The chungi. What is authentic, though, for Chamorro dance, really? I mean, Uncle Frank explained it perfect. And when people say, well, there was no Chamorro dance, that we know of, but there has to have been something that they did to celebrate those moments in life, those milestones.
Yep.
And every culture out there, how do they celebrate? Through music and through dance.
Mm-hmm.
To say that the dance that they're doing today isn't authentic, well, nobody knows what the authentic dance may have been, because it's something that obviously we don't know if it existed or not. We're going to assume that it did. Nobody knows of it.
Right.
It was lost. So they had to create what we see today as Chamorro dance which is influenced from Hawaiian and Tahitian, right? More Hawaiian.
It's a lot of it different. What it is a lot of commonality moves that all the Pacific.
But they're all used to tell the story.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what he did. He got all these moves and he put them, and he interpreted the moves to words to describe animal or emotion or the water,
right,
or fire.
Like we have our own reasons for the moves.
Right.
So in Hawaiian you have hela, right, and then for us we have a punta, which means to point.
Right.
So we point our foot. We don't lay it flat or, at a 45.
But I mean, if teaching something that is gonna help the youth and the culture as a segue into learning more of their culture and language, and they're gonna do it through chant or song or dance, what is wrong with that? You know, I think I would rather do it this way rather than sitting in a classroom like Nona was saying.
Right.
And having somebody talk at me and having a textbook in front of me. If I can learn it through chant or through song, or even through interpreting dance and seeing what the story is, then I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
And for my kid, that's what I want. So does it create something good for the community? Yes, I believe it does. We see it every day with the kids in the group.
Right. Not
just our group either. The other Gumas that we see around San Diego, and what they're involved in and how they get involved in the dance and the culture and everything, it is something good.
Right.
And hopefully those kids, as they get older, they branch out and they teach the same thing that they've learned, and that's what the hope is. So, So I don't see anything bad with it.
I don't see it either. Okay. I don't see the harm in it, but like I told Vince, I mean, when people say like, "Well, you're teaching them a lie," well, to me, I'm like, dude, you're not in the studio. You're not there teaching. We're not. I've never told any of my kids this is what our ancestors did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've always told them like this isn't authentic. It's interpretation of dance. It's what it is. You know what I mean? I guarantee there's no Hawaiian groups, no Tahitian groups, no Samoan groups out there that are still doing the same dance from 1920, 1800s. They're not. It's changed.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yep.
I mean, unless you can show me one, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but
everything evolves.
I think we try to gather what's around closest to our island, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a video out there on YouTube. It's called Micronesian Dances, and if you watch them, it shows all the similarities of what we do and what they've all done, and then you can also see the similarities of like, actually, I think there's someone who just said the Kiribati. They have it out there. You know what I mean? Like, and has these like similar moves to Samoan, kind of like the Tahitian dress, but it's not. It's their culture. You know what I mean? Like, and so in the Pacific, everybody has like similarities. You could see it. And to imagine that in Micronesia, there's Guam, nothing. Right. Like, no, these guys just didn't dance. They would just, I don't know. Some guy was a dick.
Hung out and drink coconut milk all day, make tuba.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy to me. But I also understand like some of their point of views. You know what I mean? Like, and I get what they're saying, but I wish they would hear what we're trying to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not talking about like anything's wrong with the Spanish dancing.
But to think that's the only thing
that we have, is kind of crazy.
That's not authentic.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's not authentic because it is Spanish.
Yeah.
And that came from the colonization.
It's a mestizo, and the Filipinos have it. Yeah. Mexican have theirs. And it's cool. I understand.
Everybody.
I still respect it. You know what I mean? I still
Yeah.
respect it. We still teach it. We're just trying to also teach another aspect of Chamorro culture,
Right.
and our heritage, our history. But what we want to do is, if anybody's out there who isn't going to argue with or debate us, because we don't have a debate, we want to have a discussion. So everyone's going to listen to. You're more than welcome to come and join us at the ParBar at San Marcos CCF this Saturday.
Yeah.
Join us at the ParBar. We'll drink. We'll have some beers. We'll talk about it, not argue about it.
Or fight about it.
Yeah, or
We're
fight about
We're
it.
going to respect each other's
Yeah.
opinion, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And agree that we may not agree, and that's fine. But I would like to, offer that up. I don't want it to seem like we're one-sided and we're not here to listen to people. But once again, San Marcos this Saturday, 9 to 6. There's going to be music, performances, beer.
Plenty beer.
Yeah. Vendors,
plenty beer.
food. Come and join us up there, San Marcos, California. Anything else you guys got?
Yeah.
Nope. All right, with that being said, we out of here. Escalators.
Shoots. Hey, get that from the ParBar. Shoots, bruh.